Alrighty, what's going on, ye fam? What's going on, ye? We're doing some college algebra today, specifically exam 1, question number 5. So, let's start with the problem itself. Solve the inequality 4x minus 3 is less than 2 times 5x plus 3. Write this in set builder, number line, and interval notation. Okay, so before we get into solving the equation itself, I'd like to clarify what set builder, number line, and interval notation actually are. So first off, interval notation. Interval notation. Number line. Actually, let me rearrange this. This will be a little better if you're going to start from the beginning. So set build, num, and interval. So builder notation is going to be the first one you start with after you solve. So builder will typically look like this. It's going to be a little bracket, your x, a little line to indicate that this is a system. It's going to be x, and in this case, let's do greater than or equal to 79. Boom. So that's your set builder notation. Is basically what's going to inform how you set up your number line. So let's talk about this guy right here, the inequality. So reading left to right, you can see this little arrow points towards this way, so it indicates that it is greater than, and then this little line here indicates that it is equal to. So that means we're saying this up. We're gonna do a little number line here. Bang, line, line. Okay, so we're gonna start here. Ready? At, boom. Let's say this is 79, right? X is greater than or equal to. So the way you're gonna set this, I was gonna use a little bracket. Okay, so bracket, boom. Boom. Okay, so you're asking why are we using the bracket here? The bracket basically indicates whether or not the number here is included or not. So, like I said, greater than or equal to 79, right? So that indicates that. You're gonna close this off, as it's kind of hard to include infinity in an equation as it is infinity. So, but guess what? This kind of informs how you're gonna set up your interval notation. So you're gonna start from the lowest to the highest. So in this case, it's gonna be 79. Is indeed included. So you're gonna use your brackets here, comma, and infinity. Parentheses around that, as it is, you can't really include infinity as it's infinity. So kind of get that set up. All right, so we know what set builder, number line, and interval notation are. Let's go ahead and solve the problem. Erase this. How you doing, E? How's your break been? Been as good as mine so far. Haven't been doing much. Been doing this videos. 1 second. Okay. Like I said, no editing these videos. I'm too lazy to edit these, so one cut all the way, baby. Alrighty, so let's set the problem itself. 4x minus 3 is less than 2 times 5x plus 3. Would you look at that? All right, so a couple things first. PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So following this, we can't really do anything in here as we have a variable here, so we're going to multiply. We're going to distribute this 2 after these two numbers here. So bang and bada boom. So boom. 4x minus 3 is less than 10x plus 9. Oh, my bad. Plus 6. Let me fix that real quick. Plus 6. Okay. So we obviously want to isolate x, and if we're moving a number this way, we can't do it both times. So it's got to be this way and then that way. So I'm going to go ahead and minus 4x first on both sides. You can get rid of it on this side. So boom, minus 4x, minus 4x. That leads us to negative 3 is less than 6x plus 6. Since we moved the 4x this way, I want to move the 6x that way. So I'm going to move this over here, right, by minusing 6. Okay, it's going to be negative 3 minus 6. It's going to leave you with negative 9 is less than 6x. I'm going to erase this so I can get some more room. So boom, we're going to keep that equation though. So just get a boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we want to clear out this x, right? So, pretty easy way to do that. We're going to divide by 6. So, an important thing we do got to note, though, if we are doing this, this interval sign essentially works as an equal sign for most of the equation, except for now, unless you are dividing by a negative number, that's when the sign flips. But we're not dividing by a negative number in this case, we're just dividing by 6, so this will become like negative 9 over 6 equals x. We want to simplify this, obviously, so we're going to simplify this a little bit. These are both divisible by 3, so boom, boom. This equals negative 3 over 2, so bang. Remember, keep the x sign, so remember over here, x over here. So x is less than negative 3 over 2. Should a little better, but you know what I mean. Okay, so that's great. That basically sets up our problem. That kind of gives us, we want to start with, we actually began with a problem just like this in the beginning. So we want to put this now into set builder, interval, and number line notation. All right, so now that we know what set builder, number line, and interval notation are, let's go ahead and do that. So, boom, set. Alrighty, so remember, put the sign here, less than, all right? So we're going to do our brackets, x, boom, x, less than negative 3 over 2, finish that bracket. Okay, we're going to erase this now because we already have it up here. This leads into our next one, which is our number line. Bang. Okay, so let's set that line real quick. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and pin our negative 3 over 2 somewhere on this. We should do it over here. Negative 3 over 2. Remember, this sign indicates less than, but not equal to. So we're going to use the parentheses around here, okay? This goes all the way over here, and then that kind of informs our next one, and our final one, our interval notation. All right, so interval notation will kind of look like negative this, so negative infinity. We kind of indicate negative infinity as this goes all the way and basically into infinity. There's a, remember, parentheses, because you cannot include negative infinity because it's infinity. Comma, our next biggest number, negative 3 over 2. Complete that parentheses, remember, parentheses because it is not included. And that's indeed our final answer. Yay! Okay, cool. See ya.